welcome back to another episode of the Simple Podcast. We are back. Yes, guys, we are back. I believe like episode 9 or 10 right now. We are back with the one and only flipping Jake Robinson, man. How are you, bro?
I'm good. I'm well. How are you?
I am good, mate. How are you coping with lockdown, or should I say the second lockdown?
I mean,
right now?
I don't do anything anyway, so it's like normal life for me. But everyone else is now doing what I have to do, so it's good for me. But I don't think it's good for everyone else. But
no, I agree with you. To be fair, even before this lockdown, I'm doing everything exactly I was like 2 days ago. Like nothing's changed. I'm still going to my normal work at Sainsbury's because that's still open, and doing my social media. Like nothing's changed apart from obviously certain places aren't going to be open. You know what I mean? Like certain shops are not going to be open. Wait, I swear. Wait, yeah, it's only certain shops, isn't it?
I think food
essential.
shops. I can't imagine Primark staying open.
No. That's what I mean. It's only anything with food or maybe sweets or whatever, that good stuff, is going to be open. But yeah, I mean, it's only for 4 weeks though, to be fair. But I think it will get extended.
They say it's only 4 weeks. We'll see. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, because they always say 4 weeks, and then you know what? It's a week before. Yeah, you know what? We need 3 more weeks, then 4 more weeks. Yeah. But today we are going to be talking about conspiracies. Once again, guys, you know, we've done them, I believe, 2, maybe 3 times on the podcast so far. They bang. They do good. We like him, and that is why, again, we're talking about conspiracies, guys. But before we go that, we're going to just shout out the old social medias. If you want to check out all list podcasts, you can do it on YouTube as we are right now, or on Spotify. It'll be on other platforms as well, guys. Just check on the link in the description as well, or on the screen, and the Simple Podcast on all social medias. Go and check them out for an exclusive space and little clips here and there, and take check out Jake's as well, social media, mate. I don't know what you want to shout out.
Well, I think my Instagram is JKR99, I think, something along those lines. And
I'll put the right one on.
Yeah, and then Twitter, I believe, is JCR31_.
Well, Twitch is one, mate. You're a Twitch streamer, so you have to do that.
And then my Twitch stream would be Robbo, ROBO, ZXY. So that's Robbo ZXY with just one B, and I'm an affiliate now on Twitch. Actually, yeah, I've got 55.
Yes, mate. Congrats, mate.
Thank you.
Mate. No, mate. Honestly, you do good, mate. When I'm watching them, you're sick, mate. Well, I mean, that's the one I watched was Fall Guys, though.
Fall Guys.
It's kind of
and then the new Call of Duty comes out.
Yes, it does.
Time of recording next Friday in a week, and I've pre-ordered it, so it'll be all the new Call of Duty.
You're lucky, mate.
Well, I hope it's good.
I'll be getting it like 3 days later.
Oh, that's right.
You're lucky. You get pre-order, mate. I have to wait 3 days because my mate we're game sharing on Xbox, so I'm waiting till he gets in and then gives me it because I give him FIFA. So which is annoying. But yes, guys, we are talking all about ghosts and demons today, in conspiracy theories. And I want to first start by saying, to you, Jake, mate. Firstly, do you or do you not believe in ghosts and demons? Because we need to start there before we unveil it. Or are you sort of in the middle with it?
So I don't really believe, but I can be convinced. I'm not like a full-on, no, absolutely, you can't convince me at all. I don't believe in it at all. Because there has been occasions in my life where there's either been, you think there's been some type of spiritual or ghost presence. And I have that one good story. We can go into that later now if you want.
Yeah. We'll save that for later.
We'll save that for later. Okay. Where we believe we've encountered one. So that would really, you would think, if you've encountered one, you would believe. But then again, I was like 7 or 8 at the time. So as a kid, I would massively believe in them. Just why not? But now it's more of are they real? I would like them to be real, because then that means there's some type of life after death. But, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I wouldn't agree with you there, because I think you kind of can't believe it unless something's kind of happened to you. Yeah. And like you said, because you don't, like everything, if you don't see with your own eyes, if you've not been through it with your own eyes, how can it be real? You're just going off what someone else has said, like you said as well.
And like, I love all the. I mean, I'm just gonna give shout outs to the YouTubers, but that for BuzzFeed Unsolved, I'm assuming you've come across it.
Yeah.
Like when they do their ghost hunting stuff, a lot of the time I'm on Shane's side, where I don't really believe it's like, it's all coincidence.
Yeah.
But there is a part of me that wants it to be real, and I hope one day that, not that there's evidence, but it's more like, oh, there could be something that might be lurking about, but we'll find out. We'll find
Well,
out.
that's what I mean. I mean, you got that, but then you also have there. I'm sure Ryan does it. Ryan Neil Clark, I believe his name is. You know, is it Goes Most Wanted or something like that? You know, I don't know if you've seen it. I think it's Channel 5 or Channel 4 where they go around this abandoned building. It's like him and celebrities, like 5 other celebrities.
Yeah.
And like they've got all these machines and it's like picking some noise and everything. But I want to say like no disrespect, but when you watch it on TV, to me, it becomes less real. You know, like you say on YouTube, it's a bit more believable because you know they don't have the production a TV crew has.
And then,
you know what I mean?
You never know. Just like with magicians' programs, you don't know how much of it is staged, and you don't know how much of it has had like some good planning behind it to make it look like it. And it's the same with those type of horror shows. I mean,
Well, that's what I
do
mean.
you believe you can talk to people from the dead?
Okay, hear me out, right? I mean,
Okay.
I've never personally experienced anything like that, but I've always been. No, I'm not gullible, but I'm quite easily convinced. It's like hypnotization. I can easily get hypnotized because I let myself. So, in terms of speaking to the dead, I would personally, for me, accept being able to talk to the dead. If that makes sense in some ways.
Okay.
Like, so for example, if I was next to a gravestone, yeah, and I was on my own, I will talk to the gravestone type of thing, and like I would imagine in my head them talking back in a weird way. So I feel like I would open my mind up to be able to talk to the dead, if that makes sense in some way. But yes, I think you can. I think you can. What about yourself?
It's one of I don't think you can, but then
not?
someone could convince me otherwise. Say if I don't know, someone I know really close, a really close person to me. Say if we have a pact, and if one of us die first, this will be keep going to mediators, and go. There's a code word we said we'll have when one of us dies. I want you to figure out, find that. If you know if you tell us, oh, so he said, I don't know, dragon's eggs, then the other guy will be like, okay, then you can talk to dead people, just dragon's eggs was our code word.
No, you are there. I think if it's something like that, and if they keep going back to the same sort of thing you related to when you were both alive and they've died, it can be believable. But you say you could be easily convinced.
On this type of stuff, because it's not like, I know a lot of people would go, it's all nonsense, like it's all stories to scare people. There's no such thing. There's no evidence. But then there's no fun in that anyway. But I do think there has to be something. Surely there's no smoke without a fire. And I know some people might be like, Jake, that's stupid for you to think. But why? Why can't there be something? And why can't someone try to convince me otherwise and lean me more towards it's true than to no, it's not true?
So it seems as basically as well, like, so there's nothing for you at the minute to believe it, but you kind of in your mind want it to be true.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing would be what happened when, like, I say we've encountered one. It wasn't like it wasn't like an encounter. It was just like something that happened, which was like, oh my God.
I want to hear it, mate. Okay, you know what? I think, mate, we just gotta hear it. I want to hear it.
So,
I've been waiting, mate. I've just go for it. I want to hear the story.
So this would happen when I was, I don't know, 7 or 8, that type of age.
Yeah.
And so back then, our family holidays, we would drive everywhere. Like, first time I got onto a plane, I think I was 18. Just if we went to Italy, we would drive, Germany drive, Holland drives. And so this holiday, we were going south of France. So obviously, go to Calais, and then we thought we'll have our first pit stop in Paris, spend a few days in Paris. And then Paris to the south of France is a long, long drive. Just France is a big country. But my auntie and uncle, a few years before that, brought a house in France, a holiday house, which is in the middle of nowhere.
Really?
It's like about an hour south of Lyon. And it's just all it is surrounded by fields. Like there's like a small town nearby which has the big supermarket, and that's it. No major cities, no major towns. It's just all on its own. And so we did a stop off there, and we stayed there for a few days. But we weren't the only people there. And a different aunt with two of her best friends were also stopping there. So there was about 8 of us. 8 of us in this like
Yeah.
farmhouse, like,
That was cool.
and there was this one night where you could see this massive thunder and lightning storm coming over the hills, and like the wind would pick up, and like minute by minute you could just see it get closer and louder and louder. And we're all trying. Just where I was 8, and so my brothers were 6. Very excitable.
Yeah.
And so my mum was
Yeah,
like,
would
"Oh,
be.
why don't we you three? We'll take a photo, and we'll try and get like the storm in the background, like as if this is gonna work. It's almost
Yeah,
pitch
yeah,
black.
exactly.
Like, even if you have the flash on, what you're trying to expect, catch lightning, what are the odds of that? But, you know, we took the photo anyway, and it's on one of those, well, they're not new anymore, but the digital cameras where you take a photo and you've got the screen on the back. So you can see, oh, is this good enough for you? So Mum took the photo, and then we looked at it back, there was this white fuzzy ball next to the 3 of us. And we're like, what's that? What's that? My aunt, who was there, her friend spread his brother's ashes in the field behind that house. And so
What?
there was that's why we think, could it be? Could it? Surely not, surely. But every other photo we're talking about holiday, like we took more photos of the thunderstorm, the white fuzzy ball wasn't there next to us, but in that one photo where we lined up and took it with the field where he would have been spread behind, there was just that white. So that's my one ghost encounter story I have for you. Other ghost stories would have been what I've just heard of people, but that's like my one. Maybe it is true because of this photo, like that happened in France all those years ago.
Was it? What was the actual like fuzzy thing in the picture very clear, or was it
No,
literally like really like? Was it just like a white blur type so
Not
to speak?
More of like, it was like a sharpness, and it wasn't for flash, as there would have been nothing for the flash to reflect off. It was
course,
like a sharpy cloud, like, you know, like white noise, white static, but without the black bits. It was just like very static, which obviously in a lightning storm you get static.
How big was that? The sort of like wave type of thing, or whether the
really
light
wish I had
was it
the
a small bit
photo.
of white, or was it like
That's so
mad.
I don't know. I'm trying to think how to illustrate it. Say if I've got a pen here. Say if the pen's 8-year-old me size,
Yeah.
then maybe I need a £2. Have I got a 50p?
Oh, so that's sort of
So
okay,
like, so
it
it would have been like, to the camera, it would have been maybe my torso size, maybe
Oh yeah.
around, maybe just smaller
Yeah.
than an 8-year-old's torso.
Gee. So like obviously when they spread the ashes type of thing, that's sort of obviously when you spread him, it's not going to be massive, is it? That all the ashes spread. So that's mad.
Yeah, because
What,
it's a really nice area. Because obviously it's not like crappy farmlands. It's nice, and
Yeah,
there's
of
like
course.
cows in one field, horses in another. But he just thought it'd be a nice place for it to be spread, nice open, and then just that little fuzzy ball appeared in our photo, and we're like, oh my goodness me, what's this? What's happening?
Did everyone else in your family believe it?
Well,
So
yeah, but my mum's very into lights. We have so many Buddhas in our garden.
okay.
Our front room has to be in a certain way, so we get a nice aura, good aura coming in, so we have good energy. And like, she believed in all the star sign stuff. So obviously, straight away, her first thought was, it must be.
It must be. It's true. It must be a ghost. Oh, that's mad. No, mate, that's sick though. I'll give you that, mate. That's pretty sick to have that.
You asked
story.
me.
I mean,
well, when you said, the podcast is going to be about ghosts and all that, I was like, well, I've got one story. I don't actually deliver in this one.
No, it's true. I mean, in terms of me for stories, there's not been a lot, but the only thing I can relate to, but then, I don't know if it goes back to if it's just your mind playing tricks. It's like when I've been in the house on my own before, when I was a lot younger, sort of like the like 11, I mean, I don't know how, maybe 8 to 11, one of them. You know, I was not own in my house, right? And I was at the top of the landing, staircase, whatever you want to call it, and I looked down the stairs quickly, and I saw like it's a figure like walk past, but like very like ghostly shape, but walk past. But I know that sounds so unbelievable, and everyone thinks, yeah, you completely telling your false lies, but I promise you, I did. Like a woman figure, an old woman figure, and I'm not even chatting, literally. And I've seen it multiple times. But it's literally a blipper. Like, I'll walk, basically, say I'm showing my fingers, I know you can't see, but like, I'm walking past the landing. So, say you've got the staircase, yeah?
Yeah.
So, you've got the landing. You can either walk and turn to go down the stairs, hey, or walk past. I'm walking past, and I kind of look at the corner of my eye, and I see a figure quickly go past. But then I look, and nothing's there. And I've seen that twice, and then one sitting on the stair, right at the bottom of the staircase. But because I don't fully look at it, it's at the corner of my eye, and then I fully look. As soon as I fully look, it's gone, which is mad.
Yeah, it's pretty mad.
Which that literally that could be me it's just my mind playing tricks, and it's just like, oh, nothing's actually there, but because I'm on my own and I'm a little bit scared, because don't get me wrong, when I was younger, mate, I was petrified of the dark and on my own, and so that could have been like, I saw all these things on, you see the films and all that, people doing horror films and stuff like that. Was it just my head playing tricks on me, saying nothing's actually there, but I'm so scared it's there type of thing, in a weird way? It's like, I don't know, when you was younger, like when I was young, it was nighttime and you go to bed. You just wake up in the middle of the night, like 2 o'clock or something, and it's like you're all in bed and it's all dark, and then you get so scared, so you cover up your sheets and everything. Wait, camera going flat. Damn, I hate when this happens. Give me a second. Put it back on. Okay, it's back on. So yeah, what I hate is like I'm in my bed. It's like really like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Bear in mind, I'm like really young at the time, and I hear you just hear like footsteps, or you feel like a monster's gonna eat you, which is so weird. But like, do we imagine that because we're just young at the time and we see things and we believe it?
Probably.
Or is it because we get an aura or something that makes us think actually something is there?
Well,
do you know what I mean?
My only thing similar is when I was younger and I would go to bed, I'd just be scared that there's like someone standing next to my bed just watching me, and it's like, but I didn't feel it. I was just scared someone might.
Scared. But and then I think as well, like, if say the dead or something prey on the younger minds, because it's more easy to get in their head, if that makes sense. Like, that's why I feel like when I was younger, I was scared of all these things and I saw things, because when you're younger, your mind's more acceptable to believe these things. So is it kind of like the ghost or the dead, whatever they may be, might be like, yo, we can get into his head and he can actually see us because his head is acceptable to do that. Where when you're older, you build more barriers up, haven't you? You're a bit more headspace stronger, and it's like, I mean, this could be me all chatting absolute nonsense, but like, it's just weird, isn't it? How like people experience different things, and it's like you see all these stories on the news. Like, have you seen that one? Have you seen? It was on the news a few weeks ago about the woman who she was married to a ghost.
Oh, I saw something similar to that. Yeah,
or something, and she said, oh, he split up with me, or they got a divorce or something, so she's going to look for the next spirit, but she wants to be single for a bit until she finds another spirit. And Phil and Holly was like, oh yeah, but why didn't you go for an actual human? But they was like, no, it's not the same as a spirit. I was like, you're me. So it is a hard one, like you said. It's like unless you've actually gone through these experiences yourself and you've actually seen something real, it's hard to believe. But I don't think these people are just stupid or doolally. I don't think they are. I think they generally see things, mate, because no one knows how other minds work.
There's just been so many. I know. Are people seeing what they want to see? Are they believing it because their mind is like, oh, I hope it is, so maybe it is.
Yeah, it's
because
like,
I would say for ghosts, a lot more people believe in ghosts than demons, I would say.
Yeah.
Because, well, I mean, a ghost could be anything. No one knows what a ghost is. Their demon actually has some
it's
type
something,
of...
isn't it? Yeah.
So the same for me. I mean, when you say what type of demons would you say? Like, when we're talking about ghosts and demons, are you on about like religious demons like the devil, or like really big antichrist demons, or something else?
Well, that's the thing. When I had a demon in, because some people, in terms of, I know I say ghosts, but like some people see, if I say figures, not in terms of ghosts, more for like an actual. I say demon in terms of like a monster type of thing, because I wouldn't class a monster, or in terms of something that's. So, for example, if you're walking down the street or something and someone sees a massive giant figure like that, I wouldn't class as a ghost. Like, people might see that as a demon or some form of creature type of thing that's coming to or more haunting them. That's more I class more as a demon. But I know you said about spiritual demons as well. It's like the devil and stuff like that. Which again, it's all up in the air. Like it's if you believe in that sort of thing or if you don't. And it's like if you've been. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's hard because everyone's mind's different. So what I might see as a ghost, you might see completely different.
Yeah.
It's like this.
Would you? Yeah, I think you were about to say it. Would you imagine a ghost as like a white fuzzy ball?
This one, no. For me, I see it as a ghost in like these films where someone's died and they came back alive. So, for example, I can imagine like someone who a more usually relative or someone related to you, or I always think someone who you've been in contact with or something rises from the grave and then goes around haunting, that sort of thing. And like myself, when I was younger, seeing a figure, it's a human. I don't think, like you said, a fuzzy, which you might believe is a fuzzy, or like a bit of a blur, or just some sort of sign that's a ghost. For me, it's actually the whole figure, an actual thing. But it's blur. It's pure white. Like it's just like they see in the movies where it's like grey kind of tint. If you put your hand through it, I think it would just go straight through. That sort of thing.
Yeah, I get that. I can get that. I think I'm less on that side. I'm more on the side that it will be something as like not like a figure, not like a silhouette of a figure or like a pale white shade of a figure. More of a It'd be something, some type of like orb or wind or feet, just something that they can like manipulate stuff. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Just more of a, it's literally just more of a bit of a signal, like you said in your photo, just a little bit of a fuzz or just something there. So it's not something to, like, to the most people, might just quickly look at something and be like, oh, that's nothing. But it's more like, oh, damn, that's that. But it's been loads of rumours in photos, hasn't there? Like when people take photos in like caves and tunnels and underground. Like, what is that figure? What is that? Is that maybe it was something when you took the photo? Something just, I don't know, flashed without you knowing? Or, I mean, I know you're not believing that, obviously. You're believing it's a ghost, but it could have just literally been a flash or something with the lens, and it just went off. It could have been anything. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get that. There's also like Tamworth, where I'm from, has a castle, and there's like ghost stories in Tamworth Castle. There's like reports of ghost activity in like this big medieval castle,
which I can imagine. I can actually imagine that as well.
Well, let's one of them. So one would be which one do you want? Do you want the 16th century one, Anne's story?
Go on. Wait. What? Why do I feel like I've heard this before?
What Anne's story?
Ring a bell. Or maybe I know Anne.
I'm
thinking of Tudors. Sorry, I'm thinking of Tudors here or something. Go on.
The castle's alarm had gone off, and while the museum assistant was waiting for the engineer to come and reset it, she sat in reception. She heard the odd footstep here and there, which was nothing unusual, but then the sound started louder and louder to come and reset it. Oh no, sorry, louder and louder until she could hear the dragging of tables and chairs across the wooden floor. Becoming very uneasy and frightened, and sensing that she wasn't wanted in the castle, and dashed out and straight into the engineer. He was shocked to see her because he had just seen a figure standing in Farah's room window, which he thought was her. That day, the room has been fitted with a new circular table and chairs, yet on investigation, nothing had moved an inch. Ooh.
What that? See, this is what I mean, mate. I believe that, mate. I genuinely believe it, because you know why? Why? I always go back to this. Why do people make it up? I don't imagine they would do. I know it's a world where people are.
Some people would, just to like have to be in attention of it. Like, all people are noticing me to solve that a ghost. But some other people do have a claim.
I do, but I just feel like that long ago. I feel like in that sort of era, maybe I'm different. I feel like our brains have. I don't want to say our brains have developed a lot more since then, because they haven't. Because I mean, look what they've did back in that day was incredible. How they could build stuff and whatever. I mean, they did a lot of terrible things as well. But like, I don't know. I just, the older it is, the more I believe it. If that makes sense. Because, like, nowadays we've got the technology, we've got all this sort of stuff. So it could be anything like that, or a blip with electricity or something like that, or just something weird within it. Where in them days, it's like they didn't have anything like that. They had the castles, but they just had your typical chairs, tables, your weapons and stuff like that. Like, if someone saw that, like, I can't imagine it being anything else. Even the candles or anything, they were just candles. They weren't actual electrical lights or anything. So, like, I just feel like it's so believable when you told that story. And, like, in the 1600s and 1700s and all like that, like, I can believe that fully. Like, I don't know why people make them stories up.
Oh yeah, and they don't have like mass information, or like science wasn't massive back then either.
And this is what I'm saying. They're probably just describing what they're seeing.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I feel like, I tell you why it's weird more than anything. Like, where are these rumors and ghosts and all that came from? Do you know what I mean? Like, because people must have come up with everything. It's like people came up with the colour red. People saw that colour and thought, that's red. It's like someone must have saw a figure of some sort and be like, that's a ghost or something. Like, it must have originated from somewhere.
It must have.
So, and this
they
is what I'm saying.
believed
And
when you sneezed, your soul was leaving your body, so that's why they said bless you, so it wouldn't escape from you.
that's a new one. I didn't even know that. But do you know what I mean? It's stuff like this where I'm like, with ghosts and stuff, like, someone must have seen the figure, that must have set it all and be like, yo, I saw a figure. And it's like, well, why did perception of your dead body, you used to watch films and stuff, who came up with it, like, oh, a ghost leaves your body or a spirit leaves your body? Like, there must have been some sort of someone singing that first for them to believe that. Because that, if someone literally just came up with that on a TV crew or something, like, I want to make a film like, a ghost comes out of the body or a spirit comes out of the body of a dead body in a graveyard. What? Like, that is mental, mate.
It is. But, like, we're very curious and we're very imaginative people, and, like, we can imagine a lot of stuff. And so making stories like this, Joe, we'll never know. We'll never know. The only time we will know is if and when we die.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, I would just touch on that a little bit. Like, do you think, like, you could come back as a ghost? Would you want to?
I think that's because I'm hoping there is something after death. That's something I really hope for. So if ghost is that after death thing, so be it. I just don't want to.
Imagine,
I don't want to miss out.
Imagine if you could select when you die, like,
well,
what
you can.
could
Technically,
imagine.
You can.
Imagine if you could select, like you die and you could select. Oh, I want to be a ghost. No, you know what? I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to control the weather. No, now I'm going to do it. Like, imagine this is so stupid. I'm just going off there, but imagine if you could, like, just pick. I want to come back as a ghost. Like, if you were a ghost, like, and you came back as a ghost, what would you want to do? Would you just want to float around chilling? Or
depend what can I go anywhere, or am I
anywhere? Or would it be something like, a lot of people were poor on this. Would you be a ghost that goes and maybe haunts someone, maybe someone who's done you wrong?
I think what I would do, I would chill with the family, and then when they all go to bed, just adventure out.
Just vibe.
Yeah,
just go
adventure out. I just want to see what the family's doing. See generation for generation. Is there other ghost friends? Do people who know each other in real life?
I was going to say, if you're a ghost, would you be able to see anyone else or not? Like, I don't know. I think if I was a ghost, I feel like you wouldn't be able to see other ghosts, maybe. Or maybe you would. Maybe it would be like the Harry Potter type of style where you're a ghost and you can see other ghosts. That'd be good.
Maybe. If it was Harry Potter style, I'll be all for that. I'll be all for that.
That would be sick. Imagine that, and just boom. Oh, mate! Imagine. I want it to be real now. I really do. I really want it to be real. But it also goes on to me saying, like, one of the most, if I say, biggest stories of people saying, oh, they believe ghosts is real and all that, is people believe they get haunted in terms of something in their life, if someone really important, or maybe they've done something by accident wrong, or a lot of the time, I know it's tragic, but when someone accidentally kills someone, or they was in the wrong place at the wrong time, or for example, someone died and the person who's still alive could have saved him.
Ooh,
and and that person, I swear I've seen in the news before where they say they keeps getting haunted. So they see a figure all the time, or they see that person, even though they're dead, kind of haunting them and making them feel guilty that they wasn't able to help or do something about it. And in a weird way, I do believe this, mate. But I don't know, again, if it's just your mind playing tricks on you. Because the mind's powerful, man.
It is. It is. Well, the same way, the mind to make you believe in conspiracies. Like, if something could be perfectly logical, but someone of some value, or you might hear or read something from somewhere where you don't know, but somewhere up there it's like, but what if? And then it just snowballs into something else. You're on sanity, and then you read one conspiracy, and then you just go into a rabbit hole, and you said, well, what's real and what's not? Is this conspiracy true? Is it all total bull? So...
No, you are right, mate.
Is there any conspiracies you believe in?
Well, yeah, mate, I like I say, I think it's a thing of everything, apart from the worst one in the world, which is Australia. I talked about it on another podcast. That's the most biggest ball I've ever heard in my life. But people come up with these conspiracy theories and they put it out there. It's like the aliens, you know. I talk about ghosts, we talk about aliens very much as well. Like, I think there is, mate. But I think it's
something.
Again, it's if you want to believe it, you know. It's like, if you want to believe there's ghosts, you're gonna believe it. Like, people can influence other people, but like you say, it's so hard to believe unless you've experienced something. So, like for me, when I was younger, experienced that, and for you, I'm going to experience something on the photograph, you know. But and another weird thing is, like, people always say graveyards is the biggest place in terms of where these spirits are all. Is that because of all the dead bodies there?
Well, it would be. It's like the perfect setting. It's the perfect setting. That's where dead bodies are. But then if you're a ghost and you can go anywhere, why are you staying in the graveyard?
What? No, I mean, yeah, that's understandable. I wouldn't expect you to say that. I mean, yeah, that's understandable. I mean, have you ever been to a graveyard night time when it's completely dark on your own, Ivan?
Once, because there's a graveyard pretty much like a 2-minute walk away behind my house in a few fields.
Yeah.
So on one Halloween, I thought it'd be a good idea. Let's just cut through the graveyard, and I have never ran so fast through it. Because you might just play. I'm thinking Halloween. I'm just thinking.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna see a hand come up and I just need to bolt.
Oh my god! I in a weird way, I would love to do that. Go through a graveyard go through the graveyard on Halloween. But I think I would be too scared, mate. Like, because my mind thinks something's gonna happen.
Well, yeah, because daytime, you just think it's going to be fine, but for some reason, because it's dark, and like all the fiction writers, all the stuff, it always takes place at night time. It just leads you to believe. One thing I would like to do in a graveyard is, because I don't believe in Ouija boards, because Ouija boards did just start off as a toy before
I don't know, mate, you know.
I would love to do a Ouija board in a graveyard, just to
Oh my god. I mean...
Just, this is what I mean, I don't really believe, but... If something happens, then surely, then I'm convinced. Then if something's happening in a graveyard with a Ouija board, then I can't say I don't believe anymore. But then if it does,
oh my god, my camera stopped recording. I don't know how long that's stopped recording for me. Oh, who cares? Well, it's recording again. I've only just noticed now, so it must have just gone off. Yeah, it must have actually 60 minutes. It might have been off for like 2 minutes, but who cares? But no, mate. What your point is, mate? I'm in the middle with it, mate, because I've got a Ouija board, yeah? And I understand where you're coming from when you say it's just a kid's toy, right? And I get it, and we've believed it's something spiritual by all these films we watch and stuff. But I think it is, mate. Because, I'll tell you why. You know when you're doing this Ouija board, yeah? Have you ever done one?
I haven't done one. No one wants to do one with me.
Okay. Oh, that sounds really sad, mate. Sorry, that's funny. If we ever, I will bring my Ouija board next time I see you, mate. We need to.
Oh, wonderful.
I do want to do.
What a meet-up that is.
It is, mate. I love Ouija boards, mate. I tell you why. Because when you do it, right, you only hover. You put your 2 fingers on and just hover them over it. And trust me, mate, you do not control that piece whatsoever. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the way they made it is like some motion, because obviously I know it's probably not a spirit. I know it's what I would say. It's some mechanism when you lightly touch it, it moves, or I don't know what it's something, but it's freaky anyway. But trust me, you your other person, like usually I do with my brother, we just put two things on the piece, plaque, whatever you want to call it, and trust me now, it moves me, and I'm not forcing it at all. I lightly touch it, and it's something within me moves it, and it's creepy, man. It is creepy. Until you've generally done one, you would know what I mean. Like, I don't know if there's a way they made it, something with it, or I don't know what, but I know loads of people are going to be watching this like, Joe, mate, you're chatting so much nonsense, but I'm being honest, I genuinely believe in Ouija boards. They say a load of gobble sometimes, mate, don't get me wrong. They say some random stuff that's not even make sense. But it's a movement of the piece, man, for me, man. Like, I don't even barely touch it. I'm literally, my fingertips are tapping it, and it just moves me to a direction. It is weird, mate. It is so weird. Like, I can't even describe how weird it is. But yeah, once you go on one, it'll be interesting to know what you think after.
What about tarot? I feel like we're on a big tangent now. You know, tarot cards. People who like predict your future with the cards. What about them?
Oh, the card. Wait, I don't know about the cards. I know the ball ones, but I don't know if that's different.
I would say tarot cards are more like credible than.
Is it? I didn't even know. I actually don't even know what the cards is. Maybe.
Well, I know someone who dumped their boyfriend because the tarot cards was like, this relationship you're in isn't gonna last that long, so they were like, oh, sod that, then I'll get rid straight away.
What the hell, man?
And like, people really.
What?
So I don't believe in that, but I would happily let someone do my tarot card.
Oh,
just
yeah,
to
for
be
sure,
like,
yeah.
interesting. We'll see.
Would you kind of have that in mind? It's like, well, this is a good one. Have you ever seen the film? Now I don't know what it's called. I think it's Countdown. I'm sure it's called Down. Basically, it's an app on your phone that tells you when you're gonna die.
What?
Obviously in the film it's real, yeah. Obviously in the film, it actually a thing where once you die, this spirit animal kills you. It's weird, or something bad happens to you. But is it again your mind playing tricks? If you go to one of them, which you said that car thing, that whatever hypnotist, whatever you want to call it, I don't know what it's called.
Card, yeah.
That mind read, that tarot cards. And they, for example, you're doing it, and you say, okay, what does my future look like? And they say, death, right? They just say death, or they say.
I think it's more of a thing, like they pull a card and it's like, oh, I can see that you're a bit unhappy because of this and this, or like they pull a card and it's, you will find love, but your next relationship will be heartbreak. It will be heartbreak and then true love. And so now the person's like, oh my god, my next love will cause me heartbreak before that. And then like career-wise, I might go, you will stumble down, but build yourself up. Like vague stuff that could make sense in someone's life. Are they just absolutely going off the wing? Or are they just making this up? Like, are they just getting the cards and just guessing it? So, like, if you Google, if it was not a whole story, you've got like a sun card, a moon card, a Riddler, or whatever. I don't know. I haven't done it. I just know of people who have done it.
But would it mess your mind up? Do you think?
I don't think I would think about it too much. It depends what it was. If it was like Harry Potter, like you're in grave danger, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
No. How? I don't leave the house. How can I be in grave danger?
Don't leave the house. But it would be, I guess it would play a little bit of a trick, but then I guess you probably forget about it after like a couple of days or so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, or you just think, what a load of rubbish that was.
Yeah. You'd be like, yeah, what is this, mate? But what? Okay, here we are. Here. What would you do, right? If they, so you're on this reading thing, and they said one of the things, for example, the heartbreak one, yeah. You get into another relationship, and then you get heartbreak, and then your mind casts back to saying, "Oh damn, they were right." Would you get freaked out by that? Or would you not think anything of it and just think, it must have been a coincidence?
Because if it was heartbreak, and then the one after heartbreak would be true love.
Yeah.
It depends. Just if that next one, if you end up growing old and dying with that next person, then when you're old, you think, they were right.
Yeah, but would you think, but would you be like, oh yeah, that's right, it's a bit of a coincidence? Or would you think, yo, this is creepy as, how do they know this?
I think that depends. For me, find out for time. I can't say I think
yeah,
I think a
is
little
it?
bit of me would be like, oh well, she got one right. Whoever was feeding the tarot cards, they've got this right. Well done to them, but
It's one of them, innit? I know what you mean. Yo, Jay, mate, it's been a sick podcast today,
Have we
mate.
done?
Talking about ghosts, the
Jeez.
demons, mate. I mean, mate, it goes quick, doesn't it?
It
The
does
time,
go quick.
It
Time
goes
flies
rapid.
when you're having fun.
It's, mate, honestly, it's rapid. You start, you think, 40 minutes, honestly, boom, it goes so quick. You know, I know we didn't touch 100% on the demons, but I kind of just call it Ghosts of Demons. It sounds a bit funky like that.
We
you know what I
mentioned
mean?
them. You
Did-
know,
yeah,
you know,
that's what I mean. You touched over
we,
them, but
we had a shout out to demons.
yeah,
so
shout out to the demons.
They can't.
but it was-
They can't kill us in our sleep now.
No, exactly. But I think I wanted to go more to the ghost because that's the one I kind of believe in
The
more than
most
anything.
interesting, probably the most interesting area.
Yeah, but obviously, guys, you know, as well, put in the chat as well, put in the comments, you know, if you want us to talk about any more conspiracy theories, because there's so much conspiracies out there, like, it's mental. The ghost one is a big one. I love it. If you want to even talk about more about ghosts, let us know as well. It'd be interesting to know. Jake, man, it's been awesome having you here as well, mate.
Thanks for having
you know,
me.
social medias, mate, you don't if shout them out, I'll put them on the screen for you anyway.
It's
If
like
we see.
at JTR99. If it's not JTR99, it's just JTR99. But I wouldn't be surprised if I put a Y in there. So, and then.
Yeah, it
But for
probably
me,
will be
I
one
would
of
say,
them.
man, don't bother with my Instagram. Do it to my Twitch. Get me to. I'm 55 followers
Yeah,
now. Robbo
do
said
it.
it's why. Get that up.
Go
that
to
up
100.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Go and follow Jay, guys. Also, you can follow the Simple Podcast on all social medias, guys. Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube. You name it, guys. It's everywhere. And on all audio platforms as well. It's going to be sick. And we will see you in another podcast. Stay awesome. Don't get too scared. And I'll see you in another one. Anyway, peace.
Goodbye.
Ow.